All right, good morning, welcome back. It's now time for us to get into People and Politics, being the Tuesday. It's a very good 26th day of May 2026. Karibu sana to the program. Let's do this now. I will still remind Giverson that there's something he did not say. But yes, I will remind him of the show. I have Wafula Mutacho, who is a Ford Kenya chairperson, Trans Nzoia County. Omwami, good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
You have told me something that I didn't know about.
Which one? You know, I've told you so many things, you know. Remind me again.
We talk a lot,
you know,
as men.
I've been in this table for so many occasions. So
yes.
I remember I've told you so many things, then later on happening. So remind me which one is that I told you maybe is coming to pass.
There is a story here on the Standard. I want you to tell me why Western leaders demand DP slot in 2027 plan. You told me this about some times back.
Oh yes, and now it is emerging in the newspaper. And I think I was with you last time.
Sure.
Yeah, when we were seated somewhere within this platform. I told you that if President Ruto can make that mistake, a mistake to the opposition, by giving a DP slot to Western Kenya, he will receive massive votes. That's a fact. Take it to the bank.
Okay.
What am I thinking is the other way around? Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I know the way you're thinking.
Don't you think this is going to is going to change the entire political arithmetic that is going to happen? Because now, Western Kenya has never had any deputy president.
No, we had. We had during Wamalo.
Yes, Wamalo. Yes, exactly.
Yes, and you know, that is the time Kibaki won with landslide. Yes.
But Momo, we have to accept that the political landscape way back then, 2000, 2001, 2002, way back then, it was different.
No.
The demographic has also changed.
People vote with along ethnic lines, and that is the time, you remember, Musalia Mudavadi lost his seat.
Yes.
Why? Because the move of Wamalwa Kijana being our first vice president, it impacted all the region. And that is the time Kibaki got a massive vote block. Let Ruto try this. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay, I'm a bit curious here because now, if this one is coming from the leaders themselves, the Standard says that this places the region at the center of succession calculations with Ruto's government. And now Deputy President Kithure Kindiki is viewed as a front runner for the slot. So we have got ODM who say that they want 50-50. And yesterday when we had a discussion here with SecGen, Mheshimiwa Omanyo, she also said that they are not going to have anything less than what they deserve. So as ODM, and they're saying that they are partners, what do you think they deserve if it is 50-50?
Now you can see, Victor, the people who are fronting for that position of DP was Governor Gladys Wanga. Now she has retreated that she's going for governorship. The person maybe they thought maybe could be their front runner, who is the youth leader, the party leader, who
is also going to defend his senatorial seat in
He's going back to defend his senatorial seat in CI, and they have announced clearly. It is now open. And maybe the youthful person, maybe who could run for the seat, is Edwin Sifuna, and partially is kicked out from the ODM. Now you can see ODM where it is now. And this is a fact, Victor. You can't even run away from it.
Dr. What are you reading from this? Because now this one is going to change the entire political arithmetics. Watu wanaenda kupiga hesabu. Watu wa science are going to do their science. A lot of litmus papers are going to be put to test. What do you think is going to happen here? We have got Sifuna, remember? Sifuna factor.
Sure.
CS Oparanya just the other day said that his office is also denied of a lot of funds. And some pundits say that that was a tactic for him to get out and come and also start stirring the waters.
I think that's a strategy. Here is a country whereby we are not operating from a normal slot. We are not operating from a normal plate of serving when it comes to politics in this country. In that, remember, we just impeached the former deputy president.
Yes.
And then President Ruto is now having a different deputy president.
Yes.
Who is from the mountain. Ideally, quote unquote, when you get into power, like the presidency and the presidency and deputy president, your term is usually silently. Somebody's thinking of 10 years because that is what allowed in the constitution. So, but somebody can go for 5 years depending on how he performs. But I've not seen it happen. But it's a possibility. It's a possibility that you may not go for the 10 years. So I'm wondering, it will give mixed feelings. Myself, I'm from Nyanza.
Yes.
But I am thinking, as a country, here we are. We have changed. We have impeached the deputy president. And then we have another one from the region.
Yes.
And then again, we decide, no, we don't want this particular deputy president. It rather passes a different signal, a different message. What is it to this deputy presidency? Because, okay, I like
that is my biggest question. Why not the top seats?
Yeah, no, why is it that, and I think the most important important seat, it's the presidency seat. Are you saying? But the deputy president, it also has an input. It's just like deputy governors. It is never very clear of their roles in terms of running the county. It's never clear also.
Yes.
The deputies from the devolved government. The roles and TORs, the terms of reference of the deputy seats, that's deputy governor, deputy president, it is not really very clear, even to those occupying those seats. So I think, according to me and my open analysis into this, is it will cause more confusion than understanding about maybe somebody from Nyanza becoming the deputy president. So I would think it will give a ripple effect. It will come up as a ripple effect.
Yes.
That is in my view, because Deputy President Kindiki, is he 2 years old now? Yeah. He's like, is 2, 3?
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
2 years. And then we are again grasping for the same seat. That could look like we are not very serious people.
I'm just curious because now ODM also said that they want a 50-50 share, next government. That is part of the pre-election talks, that is one. And now Western leaders also demanding the DP slot, very important. So the deputy president, that is Kithure Kindiki, also said that he's the man who is in charge and is going to defend his seat as well. When you hear Dr. Buru say that seat is for the public,
he keeps on, Dr. Oburu keeps saying so many things at the same time.
Right.
So you don't know what you pick, but what I picked yesterday on the news is that they are no longer interested with the deputy seat. That is ODM. That is what I read in the news. They are going to defend, one guy is going to defend the governorship.
Where did you read that?
I saw it in the news, or was I dreaming? I saw it.
That they're not interested in that seat?
The Wanga was interested with the deputy seat.
Right.
I think. But now she's going to defend her seat. In my clear mind.
Yes.
I sat late listening to this news.
Right.
In my clear mind. And the youth leader is going to defend the senatorial seat. And according to me, and you say now, like, if you ask me, now who's going to deputize from that side,
yes,
the next person who is happening to is viewed as a rebel,
right,
is Honorable Sifuna. And do they work with either factors? It's a no. So who wants to be in a confusion? Who wants to enter into that confusion and make it up? You have almost like 1 year to an election.
Mheshimiwa Orero is here. Ask him if he's going to defend his seat as well. Everybody is going to defend their seats.
I don't think there is a question.
Tell us.
You are the member of parliament. It is necessary to be asked whether you are defending.
No, it is
obvious. It is automatic.
No
Kenyan politician, anyone in the history of
no, there are some stepping out.
have ever stepped out during election
while they are in seat. And I think we must be, let us be honorable and talk about ODM when we are sure of what we are talking about. The deputy party or deputy presidency is not a preserve of an individual from ODM. Even me, I can run. Anybody else can run. So it is not a preserve of any individual. We are negotiating as a political party, not for an individual. We don't have individual positions for ODM. So when Dr. says that he's going to defend his seat, him is the party leader. And the party leader is mandated normally to run for presidency. But when you go for negotiation, we are going to say that this position of deputy presidency should be given to ODM. When Kindiki was given, was he the most qualified? It is at the prerogative of the authorities that are concerned and those who negotiate for those positions. We cannot say that in the whole of UDA, the whole of Jubilee, the whole of other parties that joined together to form the Kenya Kwanza government, Kindiki never bargained for that position. He was not the only person. So we can never say that ODM now is no longer interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, Mheshimiwa, is that...
I'm thinking Kindiki bargained for the seat.
He did.
It was a big war.
Yes,
you know, that's a big seat we're talking about.
Kindiki
so when we
bargained for
say
it,
he did not
yeah.
bargain for it, I think that is wrong. That's not
Actually,
correct.
Kindiki was the
He
front runner.
really, initially when Gachagua was chosen to be the deputy president, there was a bit of challenge, there was a bit of war in the mountain. He felt like he was the most viable for the seat. So when the deputy president he was impeached, immediately it was not a picky ponky thing. They knew it is him who's coming on board because it was highly contested.
I'm quite interested because, Mheshimiwa, based on what you've said, if the party leader, that is Dr. is going to defend his senatorial seat, I know that a deputy president is picked by the president who is running, the person running for the presidency. He has that, you know, mandate to pick
who am I
his
able to
running
work
mate.
with.
Exactly. So as at now, ODM has not picked a deputy president, a person who is going to run for the position, right? But as per the party constitution, the party leader is the automatic flag bearer.
Presidential candidate.
Exact, presidential candidate.
Yes, yes.
But for the position of the deputy president, that is the prerogative of the person running for the presidency to pick.
Yes.
So you don't know who is going to be picked from
No.
ODM.
But we have...
And if at all somebody is going to be picked.
Yes.
We have hundreds of qualified ODM members. We are spoiled of choice.
What is
When
the
you
qualification, by the way, to be chosen as a deputy? What is the qualification? The confidence.
The qualification is the ability to perform.
Yes.
That is one qualification. And the interest of an individual, and also the interest of a political party. We have people who have been there in this government, and those who have also run in high offices. Even we have experts in the government.
Yeah.
All these belong to members of the ODM political party. We have other leaders within the ODM who have served for a very long time. And it is upon the members and the delegates and also the party leader to look at a person who is capable of serving Kenyans. You know, we must put the interests of Kenyans first before the interests of any other person. So if we feel that there is an individual within our political party with interest in the post of deputy presidency, it will be the prerogative also, apart from the party leader, and then there are also other members of ODM. We will have a delegates conference in December, this year, late this year. And this is normally used, one, to look at the possibility of ODM going alone as a political party or forming a coalition with other interested political parties. And in this scenario also, it gives the opportunity for people who are interested to be deputy president to show their interest. So from a very many other members of ODM political, in December, we'll look at and we'll have and see changes in the reorganization of ODM after the ADC.
Allow me to, before I go to the next thing, I asked this question here, that Western Kenya is also demanding for the position of the DP. And I asked them.
I love that.
You love it?
Yes. Because it is not a preserve of anybody.
It's not a preserve to anybody.
Yeah, it is not.
True.
So they are within the jurisdiction and their political rights to demand. Because they are also a people. So why can't they demand?
Even you, Victor, you can ask for the,
So the
for
only
the
thing,
seat.
yes.
Anybody, it's not a reserve of
I
anyone.
don't know why Victor was saying as if it's a magic.
It's not for...
No, it is not.
It's not
It is
tailor-made for
something
anyone.
that we are also looking for, and I have given you fact that if President Ruto, at his clear mind, decide to pick one from Western, then we will get a massive vote like the one Kibaki received the first election from Western region. That is a fact.
That is not automatic, Dr. Mheshimiwa.
That's a fact. And we
Of
are
course,
here, you'll see.
You see what happens is that sometimes positions can rally communities behind somebody.
Yes.
True.
But it is also within the presence of the president's prerogative to choose a person that he wishes to work with. And you know, we have intelligence reports on which areas will support the presidency. He gets raw intelligence and he knows which regions where he will get massive support. He will not get a deputy president who cannot bring votes. The last time we had put a deputy president and never brought an MCA. So, as a political party, and she wanted to be our deputy president and was unable to bring any seat from her own area. Now, if you are the president, such kind of a person can never deputize you because politics requires numbers.
Yes.
You must look at regions which will bring you numbers. So this is what we are going to look at. And the scenario is going to really change depending on how people reorganize themselves, their minds and their political parties. Yeah.
Okay. Allow me to take you to the front page. We started on a high note. The Standard says that stop the blame game. That is stop blame game and work. That is former President Uhuru Kenyatta to President William Ruto. The president says that former President Uhuru Kenyatta tore into President William Ruto's administration yesterday, accusing it of ignoring the suffering of Kenyans while fanning tribal divisions and political distractions as the fuel crisis deepens. In a blistering attack before Jubilee delegates in Kiambu, Uhuru said that Kenya Kwanza regime had abandoned its mandate and instead turned to blame games, praise singing and dangerous ethnic rhetoric as households buckle under soaring fuel prices and punishing cost of living. Backed by former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, Uhuru warned that divisive politics risk dragging the country back to the dark days of 2007. Director, if you have that story, please press play.
For the first time in months, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta came back to public limelight on Monday as he presided over Jubilee Party's Kiambu Delegates Forum at the Kiambu Golf Club. The retired president used the occasion to caution against attempts of ethnic balkanization by a section of politicians, saying it puts the country at a risk of chaos in the run-up to the 2027 general election.
Hakuna mtu ambaye anastahili kutisha kabila tofauti. Sisi zote ni Wakenya na Mwenyezi Mungu anajua ni kwa sababu gani alituweka pamoja kwa nchi ambayo inaitwa Kenya. Sio kuja hapa kutugawa na kutupiganisha. Hiyo sio haki.
Hatutaki kugawanya nchi yetu. Hadharani mchana mtu kwanza kuzungumza maneno eti huwezi kukubali wa Kikuyu, huwezi kukubali kabila hii, huwezi kukubali. Shida ya nchi yetu sio shida ya Wakikuyu, ama shida ya Wajaluo, ama shida ya Wakamba, ama shida ya Wakisii. Shida tuko nayo ni shida ya wananchi wote wa Kenya.
The Jubilee Party leader, who was accompanied by top party officials, including presidential flag bearer Fred Matiang'i, challenged security agencies to crack down on hate mongers to ensure the stability of the country.
Hii sio mara yetu ya kwanza kuona viongozi wakiongea mambo machafu ya kulete vurugu. Naomba viongozi wa usalama wa nchi hii yetu ya Kenya, kama kwa ukweli mnapenda nchi yetu, msiruhusu mambo haya yaendelee.
We are the Kenyan people and nobody else can tell us we are second-class citizen. And we will not allow anybody to isolate any community. You have seen it in the past, and I can tell you something. Decide where you'll take us. We cannot allow anybody to isolate us.
Uhuru also castigating the Kenya Kwanza administration for what he termed as failing to address the fuel prices high crisis that has drastically increased the cost of living for the majority of Kenyans.
Na kama unataka tusaidiane kutatua hiyo shida, semeni tutatue hiyo, lakini kwenda kuweka shida ati uweke ati ni kwa sababu ya huyu, ni kwa sababu ya huyu. Na jameni, hakuna mtu ambaye haoni shida iko wapi. Wakenya hawatakula maneno wakiwa na njaa, wataka chakula. Mtoto hatasomeshwa na maneno, ni turekebishe maneno ya mashule.
At the same time, the former president called on the unity of the opposition leaders to forge a single formidable coalition ahead of next year's general polls.
Secretary, go ahead.
You know, if there is one ironical country, it is this one, this country, Kenya, whereby you would hear everybody standing up and talking about state capture by cartels. Somebody will talk about like ethnic profiling. The former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, spoke very well about the ethnic profiling from the beginning of his statement. And what does he do? And I believe Jubilee is a national party. With him, we're not people from his region only. He spoke very well about the ethnic profiling, which is not a good thing to do. But he ends up speaking in his own language on national TV. And then I'm wondering, are you preaching water and taking wine? Because ideally, you should lead by example. If leaders are going to stand up and say, we want to end the ethnic profiling, then when you are finishing your conversation, you go back and speak. You know, when you talk, you know, like right now, when I'm talking, I'm speaking to not only to Kenyans, I'm speaking to people from even outside the country, in other countries. And what do? I have to use a language that they are able to understand. So when I begin to speak in my Kisii language right here, what does it tell you? I am preaching water and taking wine.
Does that qualify to be an ethnic kind of...
No, I'm saying it's like when I am communicating, Victor, it's like I want everybody else to hear me, to listen. I have to communicate very well for them to hear. Now, when I go to my language, let's say, for example, I assume maybe this KBC is stationed in the middle of Kisii, the CBD of Kisii. And then I am there speaking in my language. It's unless it's in a local TV station. So when I'm speaking in my language, who do I intend to communicate to? And then when you translate, I don't know who is to blame here. Whoever picked his language when he was speaking his language, and then we are having translation. You know, me from another ethnic group. How will I know whoever is translating is not biased? How will I know whatever he was saying, can it be spoken in a language likely to be? You know, they have to lead us and then we follow. There is no way out. You'll say, we want to end this ethnic profiling, and then as a former head of state, you are busy also in a midst of people who do not, in the delegate convention. I believe it's a national party whereby we have people from all over who are meeting at the time. And then you go speak in your language. What does it tell you? That you are an outsider. If you are sitting there and you cannot speak that language, it means you are an outsider.
That happens a lot of times.
It happens and it should stop.
It should knows that. You also know that.
Stop because me, I did not hear. And the part of the reasons where we are today, is part of the reasons. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is part of this problem we are in. It didn't just start the other day. I am not saying the governance is okay of any government. We have been perennially plunging into a deep hole, into a deep economic mess. And then you wake up, you remove yourself. You cannot remove yourself into this mess. And when even you talk about the fuel, the fuel going up, we are not talking, this fuel is affecting everything. It's affecting Mama Mboga. It's affecting those borders. It's affecting the low-income earners, those people who are hand to mouth. It is affecting everybody. You know, there are people even who walk to their place of work. So there's no, anybody who is walking, be it you have a car, you don't have a car, you are walking, you will go there to the supermarket on food, you have not paid any. But when you get there, you are busy feeling, when you're going to buy that sugar, when you're going to buy that rice, when you are going to buy that cooking oil, you are feeling the pinch. So let us not single it out to just the fuel. It's just an entire crisis in the cost of living in this country. And then when they say that if Kibaki lived, I think they were to sit all of them, these head of states. They were to sit all of them on a round table because it began with them, so that they can bring solutions to the Kenyans who are suffering today, so that they can provide answers to this high cost of living. Instead of throwing blame games that it is you, it is you, it is you. Everybody is in it.
But before we take a break, Mwami, how is it quite pivotal? Because when you see them going to Kiambu and reviving and having the delegates and all that, how is it going to be pivotal towards 2027? Because now people say that Jubilee is dead, but you can see them still having meetings.
I told you, Victor, that the 2027, you know, politics is about a game of numbers. And the elite go further to a divide and rule techniques. Mheshimiwa, do you know that? Divide and rule. If this vote of Mount Kenya is not coming to this end as a block, then what do we do with it?
Divide it.
Divide it. We've been experiencing this in Luya land for quite some time. When we have the majority, they divide us into two pieces, the Kakamega team, the Bungoma team. When all of us, we are Luyas, and we have numbers.
Who divides you or you divide yourself?
No. Let me tell you, this politics, my friend, we don't divide ourselves. And I want to give you an example. Let me give you an example. There was, sorry, right now is deceased. I don't want to mention his name. This guy, because it was in Charankani.
Kumasinde Mulira.
Yes. This guy was supposed to win election because of our votes, the Luya votes in Charankani. But now these people decided to finance another person to come and another one to be three, so that they divided these votes. And they got somebody else to win. So it is the same narrative, my brother, that coming 2027, and I said this year, that you'll see, if Kajagwa will go to a ballot paper, my friend, he will stop none other than a presidential candidate. Right now, Kalonzo will not stop on anything other than presidential candidate. Here, Jubilee, they are warming up with Matiang'i. And I don't think if they'll go into any negotiation apart from looking for presidential candidate. Now you can see 2027, who is going to take it very early in the morning? It's Ruto.
Okay.
This is very clear. This is very clear, my friend. You'll call me here and I'll tell you, I told you this thing. Okay. So right now, when the seat is not in Mount Kenya, the Mount Kenyans are not comfortable.
Okay. I want us to feel comfortable.
The deputy seat
I want us to
Mount
feel
Kenya,
comfortable. I want us to feel comfortable with this discussion with cups of tea.
No problem.
So
I'm a Luya, I'll enjoy. A cup of tea is okay for me.
Coffee.
Stay with us.
What was he saying? Was that strategic, Victor?
Possibly.
That is part of this problem.
Who?
Uhuru.
Uhuru is part
It's part of this problem.
Right. Welcome back. Okay. So, Mheshimiwa Orero, let's come back. I want to get your point on this. We have got the financial and logistical muscle that every presidential candidate must have. If not as an individual, then as a party, you must have the financial and the logistical muscle. We see a situation where the presidential candidates will actually come fully charged and they are going to turbocharge their campaigns. Finance is very important. But then we look at the factor where former President Uhuru Kenyatta is also speaking. Jubilee is revived. I still come back to there for like around 5 minutes. How is it going to change the political arithmetic? Number one, they are talking about not this tribe being alienated from the other tribe. Is it going to change anything?
Of course, you know, Uhuru Kenyatta was a former president
Yes.
of this country. Not just a former president, he was also once a finance minister of this country. His father was the founding father of this nation. So he has a lot of financial muscle to mount not just a campaign, but a presidential campaign. He has done it many times, not once. He did it 3 times, and now he's fronting a candidate in the name of Matiang'i in his Jubilee political party. I don't think his vision is not just 2027. He's looking beyond 2027 with the Jubilee political party, and I think he wants the Jubilee to be part of the next government, either the ruling government or part of the next government. And he's using this for bargaining purposes. When you've been a president of a country, he has a lot of interest in various sectors in our economy. And maybe when they are not doing well, his priority is to bring his political party so that he can bargain with it. He's not retreating to tribal cocoon, no. I think he's also showing that he has a political base in his area and must not be taken for granted for future political negotiations. So I think he's preparing himself. And lastly, when he was talking that he's urging the opposition to unite. So meaning that he's ready to work with Gachagua, he's ready to work with Kalonzo, he's ready to work with all these other leaders of political parties. But from my political standpoint, I know that Kalonzo will this time reach the ballot as a presidential candidate.
Very true.
Both of them.
I think because the last 3 other, he has been living for Baba, and he believes that this is his time. And if Gachagua, the way I look at it, his cases are not upheld and is allowed to contest, I think also is going to mount his campaign as a presidential candidate and not looking at just 2027. He is also looking beyond 2027.
Even if he doesn't get it.
Even if he doesn't get it now, he will have mounted his campaign for a future presidential candidate. And I think politics is local, so he's also going to do his local politics. Not to say that Uhuru is going to front Matiang'i. He's the person behind Matiang'i. Matiang'i has no financial muscle to mount a presidential campaign in this country. You'd wonder how many like now, you do not know how many choppers have been bought for the next campaigns in this country. You will be amazed. I will not talk about the numbers, but if you get to know the numbers of what is there in this country. So a presidential campaign is not going to be about bicycles or V8s.
Choppers.
It is going to be about how many choppers you have. How many places can you go to on a single day? 6, 7, 8, or the whole country. So when we are talking about financial muscle, it is big. So what we are looking at is that the former president would like to be felt. It is within the knowledge of almost all Kenyans that he is also behind this other group of, the splinter group of the ODM. I might not give evidential background, but it is within the presence of knowledge of almost all Kenyans that is behind it. So he is looking at bringing other opposition leaders together. We just want to see how he's going to do it. But if that happens, the current president, he's his student, his political student. They were together for 10 years. So they know each other very well. Even as he talks, he knows who the current president is. The current president also knows who he is. And I think they still talk. I don't believe they don't talk. They still talk.
Okay.
Yeah, they still talk. I don't believe they don't talk. I know they still talk. So we are going to have a scenario that the people of Kenya will be given the opportunity to elect a person of their choice. So we are yet to see who is this person that the Kenyans will elect as a presidential candidate, not just as the president of this country, from a variety of choices including the current president.
Okay.
Yeah, and also including the ODM as a political party.
ODM.
Doctor, what are you seeing between now and most everybody says between now and August? I don't know what's happening between now and August.
You know, there has to be a declaration
between
of
now and August. Everybody's, although just relax. Between now and August, I don't know.
You know, any serious campaign,
yes,
you must at least begin a year early.
Actively.
Right.
Yeah, so when we reach August, we'll be having exactly 1 year before the elections.
That's what they say.
Beginning, not the end of August.
Yeah.
So
but the end of July, it should have run up. So I wanted to I want to tell Muhesh, okay, fine, Dr. Matiang'i may not have the financial muscle, but I think Kenyans are so emotional at the point, right now as we speak, that's my personal analysis, and they are going to be very emotional also when they are coming to vote. And at least I feel, despite the financial muscle, he also has the goodwill of the people. So when he has the goodwill of the people, unajua, you know, like, what is happening to Kenyans are, to put it in a Kiswahili dialect, hapa ni hoteli, kula hapa, kura hapa. Kula hapa, kura hapa. Because I think most of them, they are feeling so sick and tired with the roller coaster that is taking them into circles. You see, we strike, and then 2-3 days you are told, now the strike is over. Then why were you inconveniencing people to stop the strike? What is happening? Then you say, we are going to sit 1 week, we are giving you information about the Matatu strike. And then businesses have been closed, others have been destroyed, people are crying, you have caused more damage, and then you are asked to come back. When you come back, you come back to the same status quo. So what are we doing? We are on a roller coaster, roller coaster in that we don't know who is feeding from who and why and for how long. I think Kenyans right now are very emotional. They will really not care too much how much food you are giving them.
Victor, the only happiness we have is that people always thought that ODM is the people, members of ODM, were the only people who could burn tires,
throw stones.
Things have changed.
And you can see that we are very humble political party.
I see where you are going to, Mheshimiwa. I can see the direction. I see the direction.
Things have changed.
When emotions have not reached the bone marrow, you can never know. But now people, like my constituency, very calm. So we no longer throw stones. But if there is something that is affecting the Kenyans, we can come out. Like now the fuel, we are coming out very, very forcefully to ask the government.
But Mheshimiwa, on the fuel issue, you know, let us be candid on the issue of fuel.
They said 1 week.
The levies that are on fuel are not mounted recently during the Ruto's regime.
No. They were there during.
They have been growing.
Yeah.
They have been there during Kibaki's
time.
regime.
Yes.
They have been there during
it keeps going up.
Uhuru's time. Now the same levies are there during
Ruto's
time. Now during Ruto's time, that is when they are saying that you've hiked the price of fuel. But now the price of fuel, it has gone up globally. It's not Kenya alone. But now people are narrowing down because they know very well that what we imposed in fuel levy are many. Now, for us to make this government should not move is to reveal what is in the fuel levy.
To reveal openly so that
you remember very well, there is one lawyer who said that we want now the government to list all the levies,
the taxation
imposed on the fuel. But now they did not do that during Kibaki's time, during Uhuru's time. They want it right now during Ruto's time. Why?
Okay. Let's not get
it's a lot of bias.
I ask you, Dr. between now and August, we have finance bill that is going to take a bit of some time before you settle it, and then you get to the next cycle. But between now and August, let's just use August as the deadline. What are you going to see happening? Because, Mheshimiwa, there's that bit that the ODM and the UDA, the talks, that committee, is still working? Because we rarely hear about it. That it was extended after the report. We rarely hear about it.
That committee died a natural death.
I hardly hear about it. You'll tell us what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But between now and
natural
August,
death.
Yeah.
is it? What do you think is going to happen? We have got so many candidates coming out, people who are getting more interest in these political seats. Some of them are here. What do you think is going to happen?
I think there's what I heard, and then I just got disappointed yesterday when I was listening to the minister, and then
which minister?
What is his name? Finance.
Okay.
Mbadi.
Yeah, Mbadi.
Yes.
There was a proposal for it to be in the finance bill for 2026-2027 about 5% waiver on pay. So it was featuring nowhere, and then I heard something about this. You know, when I hear this finance bill, it just takes me back, and it gives me a bit of goose pimples, because, you know, you don't even know what is going to happen, because what I was hearing in it, that we are going to have, you know, I don't know whether it's euphoria or it's just panic mode. You know, Kenyans, you know, like 2 weeks, 40 up, you know, Kenyans are on panic mode. They don't know what is going to be, because they talk about the mobile money, how it is going to be taxed, how the transaction rate is going to go up. You know, it's this thing. However much we complain, I think the more we complain, the more it is getting tougher. But I don't remain hopeful from the finance bill. And then I was expecting maybe if the VAT could also drop, so that at least to relieve the Kenyans. And then what makes me uncomfortable about is the proposal about the monitoring of transactions, which is going to force Kenyans to go to the mattress banking. And you know, there's so much anticipation, and I don't think even Kenyans are waiting. And then I'm so afraid that let it not ignite Kenyans, let it not arouse spirits, let it not go back to what it was the previous time. That is just my prayer. And then I'm like, please, who is going to listen to Wanjiku? Who is going to listen to these people who really have suffered with this? You know, you are being told this is this cost this much today. This cost this. Your income is not also rising. Are you saying it is better even for for civil servants?
Yeah.
I don't hear them. Maybe their salary has gone up. You know, this economy is so imbalanced. You come here today, you tell me the fuel has gone up by 40 shillings. After 2 weeks, 40 shillings, that's 80, almost going to 100. And then what are we talking about? There should be a balanced policy in terms of cushioning, the citizens. In terms of this fuel has gone up. You as an employer, what have you done to that?
Okay.
Because you didn't talk about cost of production, because when you are going to talk about cost of production, it's going to be high, of course, and then you're also going to be paid higher in your company. It doesn't matter whether it's in private or in the government institutions. Increase the salary of your employees. You see, the problem is we're only attacking one person, the user. We are not attacking the main person, who is the employer, be it in the government, be it in the private sector. There's no policy that has been put in place to cushion the user. Like you say, this is high like this. As an employer, you know, it doesn't have to be a strike also at employment level, but it can be also something that cushions the employees of this country. Like you have said this, what have you done as a government? I'm going to reduce pay, or you are going to increase your salary as civil servants, or in the private sector, they can be also be okay, it's their business, but when the cost of living goes high, those ones who are employed, you know, if you are employed and my salary is higher, I'll be able to pay my house help, my gardener, my driver higher. So it means we have a lot of imbalance. We have a lot of imbalanced high cost of living.
Extend the conversation. So what happens between now and August?
Between now and August, a lot is supposed to happen. We need to know in the opposition, who is this one presidential candidate That's what is giving people a lot of anxiety.
Right.
Who is going to be, because they said, which is true, everybody says, if everybody is going to run, this is a lost deal. Let's say, for example, is our former deputy, his case goes through and then he goes through and then he's supposed to vie. Then maybe that is lifted.
Which deal is lost?
The deal is lost to Ruto if we are going to have so many people vying for the presidency. That's what I mean.
Is it about Ruto or is it about Kenya? I think we need to look
about Kenya,
yes,
and
yes,
the person we have right now is President Ruto.
Okay.
You know, when you're on your seat,
yes.
I cannot be interested with him, and I'm coming from your constituency. I am not interested of him because you have the seat I'm interested in. So Kenyans are thinking all these problems are mounted to the president. And now what are we saying? Between now and August, who is this going to be a presidential candidate? Is he going to be able to challenge the president? Is he going to have that muscle, the muscles you were talking about, the financial and whatever strategy way or strategy, strategic movement that is going to oust him? So between now and August, there's a lot of anxiety. People are not even sleeping, trust you me. People are not sleeping, they are wondering. You know, now like us, we are wondering, oh, are they going to give Dr. Matiang'i? Are they going to do what? People are not sleeping. And actually, people are depressed. People are depressed because the minute another candidate is announced that this is the one who's going to be the flag bearer, you know, it's not changing. Yeah. You know, we are going to 1 year to an election. So the campaign is going on. So that is the anxiety.
Which means a lot is, this is where now the scientists, the think tanks, the raw intelligence is reaching several desks. And the likes of Mheshimiwa Orero here are also depending on that, on what to do. Because once you pick a presidential candidate, that's it. For example, once you declare your position, then that's it. Unless you rescind your position. But between now and August, in your own perception?
Yeah, there are so many realignments that are taking place, Victor. Even us in Western, we are meeting. We are meeting the way she said that people are meeting. Of course, we are meeting.
Okay.
We've had several meetings as to
I
what to do.
I'm not invited in this meeting.
No, you are not from Western, and you are not one of Western Airlines. The airlines people from Western
next time call
are
Victor.
meeting. And we are making several meetings anyway at night. Now, even right
I just
now.
read that all those journalists, media people from Royal Media who are interested in contesting must resign by next month. Is it?
Yeah, sure.
That is not according to the law. That is not according to the law states very clearly.
You know, they are in a private entity, remember?
No. 6 months to election. This law does not work partially. It works for the citizen of this country. So that one is contrary to the law. So what I was saying, Victor, Mheshimiwa was just interjecting me. What I was saying was this.
That you're meeting at night.
We are, now lawyers are now putting away the blanket as they used to love it before. Now they rarely sleep. We are working. We are meeting at night. Victor, and this is a fact, we are meeting at night. We want to put our brain together and see how we can do for the next general election.
Okay.
And this is a fact. Like any other people who are meeting, now all of us, we are meeting. All people, even those people who are in the employed with the appointments in the government and everything, we are meeting because the next government, if the next government comes with maybe with the Kachagwa, and we are not part of it, I mean planning for this, then we are planning to fail. Kachagwa will not leave us. He will suck all of us. He will suck all of us. So the best thing is actually to mend fence so that next generation, yeah, we are safe. We are safe, and we are in the government that will be formed.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
So from here,
I'm just curious.
From here to August, Victor, formations are coming up.
Before you continue, I'm just out of curiosity. What are you discussing in these night meetings?
Oh, the formation of next general election. How we should do for us to be viable in the next government. Yes, we should not just sit to wait. The cake is baked You don't know who baked it. We
Okay.
are not part of it. And then we demand something from that cake. No.
What is the mechanism how you are going to be part of that?
That is what we are discussing, Victor. You don't jump the bridge before you reach
They
the
can't
bridge.
preempt it.
That is
They'll
what
be
we are
losers.
working on it. Victor, you can't
And
jump
to
the
take
bridge-
also
the
to
bridge
add
before you
on
reach
top
it.
of to add
You,
also
you have,
to-
you
in-
have three prominent personalities from your region.
Yes.
One is the Speaker of
Very
the
strong.
National Assembly. One is the CS for Foreign Affairs.
That is CS Oparanya,
No? That is
Mudavadi.
Mudavadi.
right?
Prime cabinet.
And
Those
then
people are not in this.
And
racket
then
of
you
play.
have the de facto or the de jure leader of Kakamega, that is Oparanya.
Yes.
So are you trying to bring them together?
No,
Or what?
you know what we are doing? What we are doing, we have informed them. They are not part of this, but they have our prayers that yes, you can proceed. You see that? So we cannot do something that they don't know. They must be in picture. These are our leaders, and these are the leaders we have. Eh?
now when some of
Oparanya,
them are in government,
Mudavadi, Wetangula, these are the leaders we have. So they must be in picture on what we are doing.
And Natembea?
Even if- and Natembea is nobody. Is wobbling down there. You don't count
but
in
I
the
see him
leadership.
speaking so well about.
No, listen, right now you cannot see any movement of Tawe and what have you. People in Trans Nzoia realize that this man is using our money to popularize Tawe. Now, where is Tawe
Wow.
now? It is gone. It is dead like Corona. Do you hear Corona anytime? Or do you still use face mask?
No.
Because of Corona. It has died. And even him, in the next general election, you'll be surprised that he will not return. He will remain a one-term governor.
But
You know, Trans Nzoia is a cosmopolitan. Though Luyas are many, but it is a cosmopolitan. You cannot stand and abuse any community.
Yes.
No. Now, Natembea, with his own little wisdom, he is abusing these other communities. This is wrong.
No.
The last general election, the 2007 election,
I saw him trying to unite the Luyas.
2007 election, Trans Nzoia, we had a war within ourselves.
You come from Tanzania?
Yes.
Oh.
And because I was moving across all these communities and I was in touch with them, I managed to move around to calm them. Nobody else moved. Eugene was by then elected. He trounced me in that election, and then he drove to Nairobi. But I remained on the ground. That is why Trans Nzoia was not banned so much. So Natembea was nowhere during that time. But now he has come when the ground is soft. He landed safely, and he got the seat of governor without any bruises. Now he thinks that he's the only elite in Trans Nzoia. He's not.
Okay.
I feel so amazed with your
I'm telling
remarks.
you,
I feel so amazed because many a times I've seen him speak maybe like in national
No, he is good
functions.
in
He's really
in
trying
publicity.
to unite the Luya votes.
No,
so-
it's not uniting. Actually, it's just disturbing the Luya unity.
Anyway,
Haya,
this is
Omwami.
politics.
Kikombe iko empty, si ndio?
When I have tea, I have
Very
no
good.
problem, my brother. I'm safe.
This is about to say we go for a break. I don't know what you have
Let's
said.
take a break and we come back.
I told
want
you.
us, yeah, well, let's talk about. I will take quick rounds on that discussion. Then, Mheshimiwa, you resuming from mid-May recess?
Yeah, today?
Yeah, today.
We are on
And
today.
There's a lot of packed entry for you as you resume now. There's a lot.
Yeah, a
to
lot.
happen.
But it was not even a recess. We used it for writing the budget estimates
I
in
see,
our
I see.
departments as
Okay.
late as yesterday, so that we compile the reports from each department. It has been a very busy
Okay.
recess.
You can tell us more that after the break, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, stay with us. All right, welcome back. Okay, let's come to the final tale of this discussion. Quite interesting. All right, Mheshimiwa Orero. Okay, all right. Excuse for that. So when you talk about the political realignments, let's also talk about the regional directives. When you hear Mheshimiwa Butacho says that they are going to work as lawyers, they are going to be having meetings, meetings are going to happen. For sure, we have got to have so many of them. But let's talk about the regional directives, because that happens that when you come as a particular region that you have got a voting block. When you go to Lower Land, they have a voting block, and you also have your part of the bargain.
Yes.
When you go to the Coast region, they also have their part of the bargain. Is it going to change whenever? Okay, the reason why I'm asking this is because you're going to have got so many political realignments that's going to happen. For example, UDA and ODM, they are going to have a conversation, and other like-minded, all right? We're also seeing Jubilee is also trying to revive itself and just to reclaim its position strongly. We are also going to see the opposition also trying to put their best foot forward. How is it going to change? Because at the end of the day, there'll be particular presidential candidates from particular regions with all their deputies and their agenda.
I think there could be only two scenarios, but I believe that we are using our diversity as our strength. So each region is trying to amalgamate the support of their political base to try and gain leverage to bargain with other political parties. So there are political parties which are region-based, where they have the majority of their members come from a particular region. Like now, if we talk with we talk about DCP, majority of members of DCP are from Mount Kenya. So he is trying to bring them together so that they speak with one voice. And when you now go to negotiate, and then you have your people behind you, it gives you power and authority to negotiate on their behalf. We are going to see this replicate in many, many regions. Yeah. Even in the Coast region, they are trying to come together so that they are able to negotiate as a region. We have regional representation in this country, the former provinces. When you go to Lower Land, they are also trying to come together so that they begin together. The only thing that has been elusive with the Luya people is that we have the Bungoma and we have Kakamega and the Busia. Sometimes they never speak with one voice. But I'm happy my friend now is saying that they are burning midnight oil to be sure that
the reason why Luyas, we don't speak with one voice during, towards the election, is when we don't have a candidate for the top seat. Now that's when you find people are liberal and they are democratic, they want to vote the way they want. But now if we get like a presidential candidate, we have a presidential candidate who is accepted with other coalitions. Luyas will rally behind
Even
that
now you don't
candidate.
speak the same language?
No, we speak the same language. We're speaking one same language. It's not
Politically.
But politically, when we are going there and we don't have anybody that we...
But you have Prime Cabinet Secretary.
Now, that is why I'm telling you, leave alone the Prime Cabinet Secretary. And that is what you saw in the newspaper, that Luyas are also demanding the Deputy President for us to reorganize ourselves through that seat for 2032.
Okay, right. Let's come back.
Of course, sometimes when you talk about Luya UDT, one time they had a presidential candidate in the name of...
Kukubo, leave alone Kukubo, who was just with his own party, with no any other district attached. But you know what? That guy did not move anywhere, and he got some votes, more than the people who had wealth.
So, what we are saying is that maybe each region is trying to plan for their destiny. And it is going to be very different. This is the only time, since the multi-party democracy, is the only time that we are not going to have the late Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. He has been dictating the pace of politics in this country, and his sudden demise has brought a lot of political chaos. Yeah. That is why we are seeing that everybody is racing his or her head to try and occupy the gap that he left. apart from Nairobi, you know, Nairobi as we are a cosmo region, cosmopolitan, and we are not saying we are going to unite behind somebody. Here, people, we don't speak about any other language. We live together and we respect each other in this city.
It depends with your development.
So it depends with your development.
Yes.
Like now when you come to my constituency, I will be judged by what I have done to my constituency. Not just rhetorics, political rhetorics, no. So in the near future, it is not just about the ODM and UDA talking together or having what is called broad-based, no. All these other political parties are going to form coalitions. And since the multi-party democracy, there is no time that we've never had parties forming coalitions. So it is not going to be the first time.
Yeah.
What is going to be important is how are the leadership, especially the former president, how is it going to dip his hands into this political affair? Is he going to involve himself personally, or is going to hide behind the scenes?
Through proxies.
Through proxies. That is also going to count. We are going to see, is Kalonzo going to come out?
Yeah.
Because up to now, he has not come out. He has not shown that really he wants to be the president of this country. I don't know whether it is age factor, or it is his personality, or demeanor.
Yeah,
I
they
am
never
lost
talked
of
about
words
it.
to describe his state of affairs at the moment. Because if he were to be the leading presidential opposition candidate, he will be all over, traveling to try and convince Kenyans that he is a better candidate, but he's not moving. So we will not give somebody a political seat because of his demeanor and not because of what he's offering to Kenyans. So we are going to look at that. And I thought Gachagua went to UK maybe to watch Arsenal, I don't know.
Is he the fan of Arsenal?
You know, when you associate with Arsenal, you might get the fans to back you up. But I think when he comes back...
But he could have not gone to...
You see?
he could have not gone to UK to watch Arsenal, because we brought UK in Nairobi.
Of course.
We brought UK in Nairobi. You
Yeah.
could see as if you are in UK.
I think Kenya has the largest
streets.
Arsenal following after UK in the world.
Yes, I think so.
And we would try to engage Wenger. Sometimes I engaged him before, not during Wenger's time.
No, I sent him a text.
So, but now during Ateta, we have not engaged. What we are saying is that Gachagua maybe try to go and seek endorsement
From Arsenal people.
maybe from Arsenal people.
Meaning he'll come back loaded.
So we don't know what is in his bag when he comes back. But the way he's speaking, his talks have changed a bit. He's no longer
Attacking.
the Gachagua that used to say that he's not interested to be the president of this country. He is gradually changing his mentality about contesting the presidency.
Yes.
And I think with the massive following that is gaining from his
Backyard.
His
Yeah.
backyard.
he has a feeling that he would rather go
For
for
the
it
top seat.
himself. And you know, democracy allows that. You
But
can,
legally-
you have your say,
Yeah.
But
but
he has to
majority have their way. And maybe he has an insight, you know, by virtue of the positions he has been in, and the virtue of the raw intelligence that he still gets. Maybe he has an insight of the rulings of his case. You know, this Kenya is funny. And that is why he's aggressively trying to model himself, repackage himself, and try to look as a presidential candidate.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big blow. But maybe if it is a plan that they will unite later, but I don't think. So we are going to see a scenario.
That is why I told you, Victor.
Interesting.
That is why I told you, Victor, that if Gachagua will make it to ballot paper, then the person who will enjoy the next general election with the landslide votes will be Ruto. They divide and rule. Now the Mount Kenya will vote equal who, you know, they
As
did
a bloc.
as a bloc to Gachagua.
And you see,
And now the rest of these
we
people-
start getting afraid.
Yeah,
you know,
and
like
that is
us.
why I told you that, Victor, if Ruto make that good mistake of giving the Western Kenya the deputy president, then he'll be guaranteed a total massive votes from Luhya Nation.
What about,
and that one is a
if it
fact.
goes to, we talked about, let's pick, for example, Joho. If it happens that he picks his running mate from the Coast region, what happens then? Mwami?
The voting strength in Coast region is very minimal. And you remember, the people who are in Coast, most of them are up country. Not coasterners,
Okay.
are up country. Yes.
What about-
You'll find the Jaluos there, born and raised there. They are Jaluo, they sing their song. The Luhyas, they have gone there so many years.
And
They have
they come
established their
back
base.
home.
The Kambas are there. They have established their base. The Kikuyus are there. Now, that is why when you take in a candidate from Coast region, then remember, also Coast have their own issues. You take Joho with his background, these 9 houses, what do we call it?
The Mijikendas.
Mijikendas,
yeah.
Yeah, the 9 houses. They will not even support him legally. They will not vote him. They'll either think of somebody else not for him. So taking a seat to Coast region, I think it will be undoing for Ruto.
All right. So, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say, any candidate you speak, you have asked something very interesting about between now and August. And then he has clearly said about the night meetings.
Yeah.
In those night meetings that are happening everywhere, even as in Kisii, we're having those night meetings because with our candidate, we are holding, there's a lot of anxiety.
Yes,
There's a lot of anxiety in terms of,
Yeah.
and in fact, if Gachagua is cleared, it is going to really interfere. It's going to interfere with our ambitions.
Your candidate depends on other people.
No, it's true. No,
You need to have your fate in your hand, so that it is you either to kill it or not to kill you. Just
let me tell you.
The way Arsenal had their fate in their own hands.
Yes.
You must have your fate in your own hands.
You know,
You know what,
fate is fate because
Vita vya
nobody-
panzi, fry
Yeah.
kunguro. That
You
is what
see,
is happening now.
You know, these
If
things,
these
names
people-
floating on tables and the things, it's like you move this, that, you move this, you move that, when you say that and you effortlessly, whatever you have said, which seems to be like almost a reality, but you see now that one affects us. Now that one prolongs our night meetings because, really, if this moves like this, it means our is going to be very far away from getting there. And about these meetings, I think it's also, sometimes you don't have to meet because you want to win. Sometimes you want to meet and mitigate through the possible barriers and the challenges that are blocking your way. One of them, one of the challenges that you have to come together, maybe as a region, politics is local, is it?
Yes.
It all begins at home. Charity begins at home. And now, when you get from like now, the anxiety we are going through, and we are really waiting, sometimes you want to say, let this person be announced. We don't care now who it is. Whoever it is, let this person come on board. But I am seeing going to be a paradigm shift, political paradigm shift in terms of when this opposition candidate is unveiled. And then you see this opposition also leaders.
The United Opposition.
United Opposition and
Yes.
the other one. I think right now there are two of them, 2 teams. Now, when they unite, they don't bring this one candidate, or they unite and bring many candidates. My prayer is if they can bring many candidates. So you know what that means? At least there'll be a level ground. There's a way you solidly fight.
Okay.
You solidly fight without, and that one, what it will mean, just like he said, it will give the current president a throughway. When all of them, because you see now, like, let's say DP Gachagua, the former DP, is cleared. You know what that means? The mountain vote goes to him. Is it enough for him to win? No.
Okay.
Is it enough for him to win? No. Has he done a lot for other regions? Or has he been speaking like he's a governor of his region? Yes. So what does that mean? you will count off this, the mountain vote has already gone, and whoever it has gone to is not winning.
Okay. There's a question here, Mheshimiwa, and you'll answer this later. Someone is asking, are you comfortable in the broad-based government that is now ODM? Ask Mheshimiwa Orero if ODM is comfortable in the broad-based government. You'll answer that later.
That one is a good question.
No.
Yeah.
You'll answer that later.
No, I've said
No,
that
it's
one is
him.
a good question for him.
Okay. Okay, Mheshimiwa, you're resuming your, as we're almost finalizing this discussion, you're resuming your sittings today, this afternoon. You said that you took a working recess.
Yes.
Okay. What's the in tray for you?
One, it was not really a recess. You know, when people hear MPs going for recess, I think you go for holidays.
Yeah, but it's not a working one.
Normally it is a working recess. This is when we have our departmental meetings, the MDS, the sagas, and the budgets now, unlike before.
Yeah.
After being generated by the government, it must go to the committees to look at it with the tooth comb and see the money is put for that budget. Like me, I'm in the education committee with over 760 something billion, not million, billion, allocated for universities, secondary schools, colleges, TVETs, TSC. So we have been looking at these budgets and the budget estimates, and we're writing reports and also confirming the budget estimates. And now when it goes to the budget committee and finally for the assent by the president, it is going to take to the CS body so that the budget can be read in next month or so, in June, for the 2026-2027, the year 2026-2027. So it is going to be, we also have the finance bill, we have all this. I think it is going to be a very busy schedule for us from today until the budget is read. I think we are also doing public participation. The CS has been doing public participation. Not necessarily himself. Me, I organized with my youths and everybody else and caused a public participation on the issue of finance bill. That is last week on Saturday. So that our people also get to learn really what is in this budget committee, how are we going to raise the revenue, the domestic revenue, what is the total cost of the foreign debt, the debt that we have, so that the common mwananchi is really aware of what the finance bill is all about and also what we have in the budget estimates. So I think beginning this today, we are going to have a very, very loaded schedule until the budget is done.
Okay. Part of it is also to talk about the electoral readiness. I don't know how you're going to handle that as the House.
Of course, electoral readiness, basically we had constituted the IBC, which has run quite a number of elections. The last one was at DK.
Yes.
Which also ended well. We didn't hear a lot of complaints. Of course, elections we have complaints, but we didn't get to hear a lot of complaints. And they also ran the other elections in Western, in Nyanza. So I think it has been a good test and a good run for the IBC to show their competency. The only thing lacking is that the public knowledge, people, they have not really educated the public about the voting trends and what is required. So we believe that we are also going to approve budgets for the IBC to allow them to conduct credible and transparent election in next year. This is the budget that is going to run until next year. So the other budget will come in June and is really not going to support this. So this budget is what is going to support the coming election. So as members of parliament, we need to make sure that we give the IBC the kind of money that they require to run credible and transparent elections.
I want to do something quite different. Again, The budget policy statement for the 2026-2027, you're going to have a very big envelope this time around as Parliament to approve. 4.18 trillion. That's a very big envelope.
Is envelope mainstream?
We look at it that it was 3.7, 4.1 trillion. I think it has moved slightly up because of the cost implications.
Okay.
And the current trend in the cost of commodities, and taking into account the kind of inflation that we have, although it has been maintained in this country, oil and the kind of also international fluctuations in terms of oil prices, which will affect many other things. But you see, Kenya is a big economy.
Yes.
When you look at 4.1 trillion, you can compare our economy with Tanzania, Uganda, or Rwanda, Burundi.
You can put them together.
You can put all of them together, and they still don't match our economy.
Yes,
very true.
So when you start comparing us to small countries like Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, with Kenya, Tanzania, it's serious misjudgments of facts.
Yes.
We are a
okay.
single.
Now this is a bit specific. Now that you're in the education committee, can you give us some good news? Because that's a very hard nut to crack.
True.
Of
that's
course,
a very hard nut to crack.
Of course, as a committee, I think you have been following what the education committee does. As a committee, we have always put our foot down in terms of capitation.
What can you tell people right now?
I
that
can
you're
always
for the
tell
election?
people, straight on my face, that as a committee, like the other time we stood the PS down to try and make sure that he releases the capitation to school on time. And we are on record of doing that. We have passed the budget of the TSE. We have given a budget for promotions of teachers, 2 billion for the Teacher Service Commission.
For how many teachers?
Over 30,000 teachers to be promoted. We have also given budgets for the universities.
Just a minute, for new absorption?
New absorptions we have given. There is a budget that will be done towards December this year, or early this year. There's budgetary allocation for that. We are trying to bring certain universities who have almost collapsed, like Moi University. We have given them a few billion, I think 5 billion to ensure, 3 to 5 billion to ensure that they resurrect again. Open university. So as a committee, we have done our best. We were writing reports yesterday. And all this is to ensure that we have a good and seamless running of our education system. And we hope that the MTI, the system that is used at the university to give scholarships and help for the students, is going to work.
Yes.
And we are saying that no university should stop students from doing exam. We have told the PS on this. We have asked the vice chancellors on this. Last week, the JKU Art they were refusing some students to not to do exams, and we have told them that students must do exam. Now they took also this week. We hear that some students are being refused to do exams. This should never happen, because where will these students get the money if they are not given by the same university the help? So we are saying as a committee that all the students in the university must be allowed to do exams.
And that must be allowed to do exam, and the committee will ensure that the capitation reaches universities.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah,
And also on the capitation,
it's also balanced.
Also on the capitation, Mheshimiwa, I think the committee should also follow
time.
to see the capitation goes to correct schools,
we have talked about ghost schools, and the investigations have been run.
One question. There is a way a help loan was being disbursed. There is a way loan disbursement was being done. Then the introduction of these bans. If you are from poor, if you are from what, and it caused a lot of crisis. Many students were left out from those bans. People are using lies to describe themselves.
I think we are on record. The former loaning was called DUC, Differentiated Unit Cost, and this is MTI, mean testing instrument with the various parameters that they are supposed to use. we have corrected this consistently, that it did not start like this, but we are now into the second year of MTI, and it is changing gradually. I think we are, our meetings are normally covered live, and you can see how we have been putting our foot down, that these variables must be effectively used so that those who deserve to be in full scholarship must be given the opportunity.
There is a very high level of dishonesty in this country. So those who are poor are not able to get this funding.
We can do this off air.
Okay.
Okay. Asante sana. I know when you get to education,
yeah,
it's a bit,
there's a very big level of dishonesty. Somebody describes somebody as
no,
poor.
He's here.
And the person is not
He's
poor.
here. He belongs to the education
uses
committee.
the system
All right.
to say you're poor when you're not.
Daktari Evelyn Ogedu is a political analyst. Tukianza, Daktari tutamaliza. Omwami, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Omwami said that he also belongs to NEMA. Congratulations. That is something you've never told us. Board member.
Yeah, I'm board member. That is why we have won several awards globally.
Congratulations. You didn't say that.
Tuache tu hapo.
Tuache tu hapo.
Mheshimiwa, thank you
With
so
the
much for
NEMA,
coming.
we'll discuss
all right.
another day.
Say hi to Kibra people.
Yes, watu wa Kibra, he's here. He's
Also
working.
me,
All right.
what was Saboti.
Thank you.
They are,
All right. Asante sana.
County, I'm here.
All right. Mheshimiwa, thank you so much for coming. Daktari, asante sana ndo mami. All right. Let's take a break. Good morning, Kenya continues after this. Good morning.